Greetings, this is Len Gilbert, and we are here on Xanadu Live. It's been too long since I've done live broadcasts, and so we're trying to do live broadcasts again. This is the first we've done in almost a year now, so it'll be the same format as I've done before, with several guest hosts, also from our Telegram chat community, and I will introduce them one by one. I've got four other people with me today, three of whom have been here for a while. One of whom is pretty new. So I'll start with Lego Freak. Lego, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good. It's good California summer right now.
Yes, it is. Now Lego Freak is our beach goy. I think Lego's been with us for a while. I know he joined us. I know he joined us from Blue Mirror's original Discord server. That was how I met up with Lego Freak. But he's definitely been with us, I know, since at least we lost our Discord server. I know he's been there since then. So it's good to have you on board, Lego. Bluefoxx, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Haven't really been doing much. I woke up probably about an hour ago.
Cool. How long have you been with us, Bluefoxx? You've been with us for quite some time.
I think I've been since February or March.
Okay. All right. So that was just about the time we lost our Discord.
Yeah.
I think you just joined us. It's coming back to me. You joined us just before we lost our Discord.
I actually was never on the Discord. I actually only joined the Telegram, so it was definitely right after. There was only I think there's only 50 people at the time, or less actually. I think it was 35.
Yeah. We lost the Discord, I believe, back in January or very early February.
It was sometime in February. I know that. And we, the Telegram that we have, that is the Xanadu Politics server, which is our main server, started off as just a backup to that Discord with only 35 people. And today we just passed 240, so we've come a long way.
We're already up to 240?
Yeah, we just hit 240 people today, so. Okay. Anyways, we also have Ellie with us. Ellie is now a moderator with us. And I know, Ellie, how long have you been with us? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've been here since before August of last year, but I kind of just sat in the background and didn't do anything up until the Discord officially fell and we were permanently banned off Discord.
Yeah, and I think you were, forgive me for saying this, but I think you were one of Blue Mirror's staffers too over in his Discord server, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, I was. Okay. Of course, that was the only thing I took part in.
Yeah. And then there's Lupus. Lupus, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
Now, you're pretty new, if I'm not mistaken. You're pretty new to our community.
Yeah, since the 24th.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty new. What brought you here?
Yeah, that was actually T's video. Talking about whatever what we really are and all that, and
right.
I found myself, as the people he described, felt myself under the same circumstances for probably a few years now. So I'm like, well, this is something I've been wanting for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've always been here, but it's good that you found us eventually.
And soon we'll have somebody else joining us in just a moment. I just sent him the link.
Okay, yeah. We'd be happy to have him on too. So the Two Griffin thing, I did not know he was gonna do that. We didn't ask him to do it. So obviously it was a very pleasant surprise. Two's his own man. There was some guy, you guys might be amused to know this. That like red kangaroo guy, that real pompous, arrogant jackass social justice warrior. I forget his name, but he wears like a pink kangaroo suit with really big glasses.
Oh, that guy.
You know who I'm
No
talking
idea.
about. Okay.
I do.
I don't remember the guy's name, but he was in one of his Twitter comments or one of his YouTube videos. He was insinuating that we were trying to like manipulate Two Griffin into being our spokesperson or something.
His name is Tantru, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
there you go. That's exactly who it is. Yeah, that guy. He's got a hate boner for Two Griffin, by the way. But
Oh, apparently he makes videos or tweets at him all the time.
yeah, he does. He does. He definitely does. And he, we don't need to really get into it. I think talking about that guy's kind of a waste of time. So, just to kind of, we've had, we have crazy people who come here. I mean, and I guess that's part of being a dissident movement within the furry subculture is you get some of the craziest fucking people joining us, and then because they're so crazy and antisocial, they end up leaving or getting into a conflict. And then after they do that, they carry these stupid grudges and stalk us. I mean, I can count about 10 people who have been ongoing stalking us because they're mentally ill. The latest of which was our friend Vulpine Fox, who was kind enough to make a battle rap or a diss rap video about us. So I'd actually like to play that if you could, Ellie.
So
All right.
amazing.
Yeah.
So everybody mute for a second so we can play this.
Xanadu, who call themselves all furry, alright? Listen to this one. Cool. Well timed, open the box. Yo, Bloomy, or you big fat face man, you sit in your ass there, you up and you know you ain't even do how you can't even take a man or shoot my head. You ain't making your friend. Shit, now you wanna be the kid, now you ain't gonna be the one that's gonna go spit. Hey, just slow, you ain't gonna say bro. Hey,
Sorry, Ellie. Would it be possible to turn that up any? It's coming through awful quiet through this.
Oh, it is? Should I start it over?
If you could start it over and really just blast it up at max so that we could all hear it.
Okay, my ears will probably bleed, but I can do it.
Well, sometimes you got to sacrifice.
Sending for Xanadu, who call themselves all furry, alright? Listen to this one. Boom. Well timed, don't give a fuck. Yo, Bloomy, or you big fat waste man, you sit in your ass all day on the computer, but you know you ain't a computer, you can't even take a man for a shooter. Hey, you ain't making no clues, you're just sitting on the fucking team and talking your head of shit. Now you wanna be it, now you ain't gonna be the one that's gonna go spit. Hey, you're just slow, you ain't gonna say a bro. Hey, let me over, you know what, you're just a shit, bro. Hey, you ain't even gonna you ain't even nothing like that, you can't even do it, right? You just talk about sex and TV, you know what, fucking in the air like STD, you can't even be me, but you still creamy, chat my name, I don't give a shit, you ain't gonna play. Who's the one that fucking blame? You're the one who's doing it, but some people not to. But you're the one who's fucking got from the friend and the youngest, and now you're gonna be the one that's coming up in the mind is way. You're gonna come around with the mind is hey. You're digging the rest of your info, now you come around with the jingle. Hey, I'm gonna slap you around with the fucking edit and see how about you lucky to the next because you man are just wet. You talk.
I think we subject.
I think
That's enough cancer for today.
we've tortured our audience enough with this garbage.
Yes.
So,
Oh my god.
how much of that could you understand? Because I couldn't understand much.
I couldn't understand anything.
I could only understand the names.
Disappointingly, I knew a lot of that, but that's only because I live near a ghetto. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
A ghetto in England or something?
Well, Oakland, but close enough.
Okay, because that guy's about as chav as it gets. I mean,
I-
he's from the UK, so
I don't speak his language over there, so I have no idea.
apparently neither do I.
What kind of English is that?
Well, it's not English at all.
Exactly, right?
It's
It's Chav. It's Chav.
yeah, it's
Chav.
it's chav, man. I mean, that's as best as I could get.
You know,
I
the Drunken Peasants have a cringe rap segment where they play horrible raps. So I was thinking, what if I submitted this and have them play it on their show?
That'd be great. I mean, good luck if they could make out what the frick this guy's saying. But I heard my name, and of course I heard Blumir, and he's saying Blumir's a big fat waste man who sits on the computer all day or whatnot. And then he said something about me and doxing, and something about me, and he's gonna slap me upside the head if he sees me or something. I mean,
would now be a good time to bring up Cyanet?
yeah, it would be a good time to bring up Cyanet.
Because a little while back, we got harassed, like most of the staff members of Xanadu got harassed by this account called Cyanet, giving us documents from the FBI, essentially pretending to be, I guess, a contractor for the FBI. But if you Google Cyanet, what you get is Synajet, which is a
Signet.
Signet. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Whatever.
Minnesota travel agency. And we have a little bit of I don't want to say proof, but we have something that leads us to believe that this motherfucker who made the cringe rap here also LARPed as a CIA travel agency, I guess.
A CIA travel agency. Whoa.
Well, they make sure that terrorists aren't going to get you, you know?
He's playing some 4D chess over here.
And then when we didn't fall for it, he just went on YouTube and found the most crack whoriest looking woman he could find and just started recording her YouTube videos and sending it at us.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a fellow by the name of Riley, and I still think that it's Riley, this wacky baby fur who, I don't know, he used to be here and he's carrying out grudges against us constantly.
Well, we got a tip that it was him from somebody else.
Oh, really? Do you mind saying who? I mean, this is actually news to me.
I mean, from Hal, I guess. I don't know how trustworthy that is.
0.
Oh my god. So yeah, like Hal and Volpine, the rapper.
I still gotta go hit up that travel agency and tell them that someone's making terroristic style threats under their name.
Well, let's not. I mean, but Hal doesn't really have a reason to lie about that. But the funny thing is, it's funny you mentioned the Cyanet crap, because not long ago, before that, I got a message from someone calling herself Miss Waller from some agency in Langley, Virginia, or one of those real spooky Virginia towns.
You cut out for me. What was the name, real quick?
It was called. I think the town was Langley, Virginia, like the same town the CIA is in.
Yeah,
they actually
name, or the name of not the town, the person.
The person's name was Miss Waller, and Miss Waller somehow knew about Riley, and so I thought it was like Riley pulling my leg, because I got Riley kicked out of the Furry Raiders Telegram because Riley was spreading my docs. But I don't know. Maybe it's not Riley. Maybe it is Volpine Fox. I mean, we've got so many psycho stalkers that it's just hard to keep track of.
Now, they'd be pretty stupid to say it was Langley, though, because I've been around Langley, and everyone around there knows the CIA is really not there anymore. It's the Air Force Base.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, I might have been wrong. I might have given.
No, they probably said that because that's what everyone used to know, that it was Langley, but they don't have a base there anymore. That's the Air Force Base again.
Also, pro tip for anybody on the internet: you will never be contacted through the internet by government agencies. They will come to your door. They will knock on your door.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I had this dumbass up in Canada who said that he was going to stick the RCMP on one of my admins, and I'm not going to say the admin's name, but he said, "Oh, I'm getting the RCMP on him, and you need to come work with me to get rid of this guy. You need to demote this guy." You know what? You're totally full of shit. Get out of here, you moron. So, you know, and you know what? It could have been the person who sent that stupid burn document. could have actually been that guy. So I don't know. I throw my hands up because we can't keep track of all these psychos.
Yeah, there's too many psychos anymore.
Yeah, it's not a particularly good topic. Yeah, it's not.
At this point, I don't think it really matters which one. I mean, I would like to imagine that they're all the same person, just like this.
Oh, they're not. Oh, well, we've got so many people who are just psycho and left and are still stalking us so long after the fact.
We recently had one over a fucking meme that one of our admins posted on Twitter.
Oh, really? What's that?
It was Blum, and he posted a meme about how centrists are like.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, the thing making fun of centrists, and then we had Dingolf blow up.
Yeah, and then he just sat there spamming my inbox saying, "I'll show you my conviction."
Yeah, if I'm not sure, I think he was DMing people threatening leaks or whatever. I just blocked him. I've had enough.
He messed with you too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All kinds of crap.
I feel left out by now.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about it. It's mostly most of this stuff is targeted at Blumir and myself. Because Blumir and myself have been running this thing since forever. We've been in this the whole time. So, anyways, you know what? I think we're boring our audience, and I don't like to wrestle in the mud with pigs. So let's move on.
Sounds good.
Fur Affinity banned us.
Ha ha.
Oh my
we're
God.
we're the bad boys.
They haven't gotten me yet.
They haven't gotten you yet. That's
Still
cute.
haven't gotten me.
Well, they got me first, like one of the earlier ones, and then they got me again several days later, and I was like, oh my God.
They did get you.
Yeah. I'm like, really, it's not too hard to figure out these are two accounts. I'm like, one I don't post on ever. Like, it's got 3 images up on it, and I haven't logged into it in forever. And that was the one they got.
Oh no, it's funny. I've got an account like that. I openly just wrote a journal like, I'm an alt furry, come and get me. They still didn't find me.
I had an account.
Amazing.
I just used it to DM artists to buy art. And then I just post the art they made, and it was non-political, nothing. Model citizen, and they got me.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, I'll tell you what they've done, and this is so sad. And I was telling V, the YouTuber guy V, earlier today. What they did was what Dragoneer did was he got his staff members, who I believe are all volunteers, to pretty much just sit in our Telegram group, get a big old list of everybody there, and then work to corroborate those Telegram names to the Fur Affinity names. That's I'm like 90% convinced that that's what they did. That must have been
do a good enough job. They would have just had to do reverse images search on all of us and then found our accounts like that, because I'm sure most people have their stuff up on Fur Affinity.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I know I did. I definitely did.
If you're ever having a bad day, just remember, Dragoneer has some poor bastard sitting in our chat, unpaid, watching us all day. Just unnamed.
Yeah, they are. Those poor bastards are sitting in our chat right now, watching everything we say.
Are you sure they need to do that though? Won't the Dio and Dogpatch crowd basically do that for free?
Well, they're there too. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know who's talking to who, and I wouldn't be surprised. But
the funniest thing out of all of this is we had members in our chat room who were not really affiliated with us. They were there. They were there just to watch us. They never supported us outside of this chat room. They were never even in the chat room to support us. They were literally there to see what we were about, and they were just there at the wrong time, and they got banned from Fur Affinity.
Yep. Well, that's the problem. Yep. That's the problem with guilt by association. And at the end of the day, we're not like we're just the Xanadu is just a chat room. I mean, like, there's no alt furry register. There's no official alt furry member list. We're just a chat room. They don't know why each and every person is there. They just took all the names in that chat room and just banned everybody. I mean,
Not only is it they. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think it's very wise. I don't think it's at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to have the desired effect. I think it's only going to hasten their decline. Anyway, go ahead.
It's really interesting because I was notified that several other people, like everybody in their entire household, if they had fur affinity, was banned too, and they got the exact same message.
Oh,
that
really?
yeah, actually, as Zelux brought that up.
They must have been going by IP.
They did.
Oh, wow.
But you see, they did that in waves because they got my account, the one I never use and never post on first. And then, probably 4 or 5 days later, they banned my big one. So I bet they were just doing this in different waves to see who would log in through certain IPs. And then anybody that logged in those IPs just got immediately banned.
Oh, God.
Wow. That's
so they
really...
banned people in the same house, whether they were in the alt furry chat or not.
Yeah.
Well, they're obviously all sock puppets. I mean, it's not like you'd have two furries in the same house ever, would you?
No, actually, the only case where that might work is me. My wife is as well, so her account, if mine ever goes down, hers is gone too.
Yeah. And
she can blame me, but she's in our group as well, so she completely understands what's going to be behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a term for what they're doing. It's called a witch hunt.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my God, that's finally done. That's amazing.
Oh,
wow.
I don't mean to interrupt our discussion, but here at Xanadu, we do a lot of culturally positive things, including your character here. I love to help artists get commissions, and so I will think up your character here scenarios and hand them off to some artists who would like to do business. This is the latest your character here with our very good friend in Berlin, Teleconnell. And
that is a great character design. I just got to say that. I mean, this is, I think, the first full body Teleconnell we've seen yet, and it is just perfect.
Yeah, it really is great. I mean, I was thinking I'm not sure how. I know I'm probably a little bit older than you guys, but I was a big fan of the Night at the Roxbury characters from Saturday Night Live. Those guys that did the head bopping thing. And I wanted to do something like that with Teleconnell and like two other furry characters, but I couldn't really find a good reference point for that. So I opted instead for this. And obviously you can see that Blumir was the winner of that YCH auction.
It's amazing. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been making fun of Teleconnell for years. So
he's a good boy. He's done nothing. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Some people even think that Teleconnell is not real and it's just my sock puppet.
Well, he was unjustly banned for. I mean, he was put on the block list for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was put on the block list.
Oh my God. I think the best part about that is his Soviet hat, and you know, if that makes if a Nazi emblem makes us Nazis, then his Soviet hat makes him a communist. So that means he must be on their side.
He actually
hate to tell me is
communist. Yeah, he is.
Oh, well, there you go. He must be on their side then, right?
Yeah. Well, they don't think that he's real. They think he's me.
Oh my Lord.
They think that I am Teleconnell. Teleconnell's my sock puppet, so they put Teleconnell on the block.
amazing.
And I will neither confirm nor deny that, by the way. I have nothing to say about that. So I'm sure Blumir will be very happy with that piece. And Teleconnell will certainly be happy too.
It's definitely amazing.
Yes. But anyway. What do you guys think about the fur affinity ban? I mean, I don't think that it's going to be as big of a deal going forward, because I don't think that fur affinity, like, this isn't 2006, and I don't think fur affinity is as important now as it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. And I think a lot of the a lot of the market share for furry eyeballs has gone to.
Hello, you dropped out.
Hello?
Yeah, you stopped for a second.
I think he. Len, are you there?
Lose connection?
Uh-oh.
What?
Well, I'll continue with what he was saying. He was saying that the furry market share for eyeballs is way down.
I'm back. What happened there? I'm not sure what happened.
You crashed, I guess.
Yeah, you must have gotten booed or fallen off because you disappeared from the icon bar.
Did I? Okay. Well, I'm looking. I see 2 icon bars with me now.
Yeah, I see that too. There's 2 Lens. I mean, there's Telecanal, and then there's Len.
Yes. Let's not talk about. So I actually I was worried. I thought I thought the whole stream got shut down or something because of copyright or some crap. But
No, we're good so far.
okay, great. So like I was saying, I don't think Fur Affinity today is as important as it was. And I think a lot of the activity's gone to Telegram, Discord, Twitter.
It just said on my screen that you left the call.
Wait, now we've got another ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 Telecanols.
Let's just work through it, man. Let's not worry.
Yeah, no problem.
Which was the real Tattletale?
Whatever. It's not affecting anything, so.
And most of the artists I follow have DeviantArt accounts. That's a very common place, and I think it's a very good site for furry art.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about like DeviantArt is that used to be bigger a longer time ago, and I think FA kind of took over that. So I guess we'll see kind of whatever is going to happen next.
Possibly. Go ahead.
I think the biggest thing is to remind artists to diversify everything in case something happens to whichever website, or if people stop using ones. Like I've been encouraging a lot of people to use Amino, even use Facebook if they can. There's so many more things now that people could use, even that aren't regular art sites. Like there's Instagram and there's like Tumblr and stuff. So there's just so many things available now in social networking.
I am so sorry about that. It signed me out of all of my Google accounts.
Oh, okay. Well, you're back. Yeah. So getting back to Fur Affinity, it's still the #1 furry site, and it's our goal to make Fur Affinity the #2 furry site, of course. I want to go to Ink Bunny. I have an Ink Bunny. I'm active on Ink Bunny, and everybody I talk to, I encourage to set up an Ink Bunny because Ink Bunny actually does. Inkbunny.net, by the way, it does value freedom of speech. It's got some other shady, questionable people on there, but you don't have to endorse that to be on Ink Bunny. So, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. I don't know if you were paying attention during Gamergate, but the conversations relating to the burgers and fries incident and all that was shut down at nearly every on the 4chan, nearly everywhere, and it all wound up stuck on 8chan, along with the sort of the hebephile, pedophile, like every kind of and then Baphomet, the doxing board. What winds up happening is we all get squeezed together in one place, and I wish it weren't that way, but that seems to be what happens.
Yeah, that does seem to be what happens. But the good news is that Ink Bunny is a viable competitor to Fur Affinity. It's not just some tiny corner. And that's what I tell people. I think over the last month, it had 8 million sessions. That's a lot. And Fur Affinity is something like 40 million. So it's 1/5 the size of Fur Affinity, but it's not minuscule like Weasel or So Furry. Some of these other sites that are frankly minuscule and dead. Ink Bunny is not.
It's really nice because it's got a very nice interface and everything, and you can transfer a lot of your artwork that you have from for Affinity onto it. There's an automatic transfer API, I think, and that's what really made the site when Fur Affinity started banning people off of that. Or
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Uh,
And
the
go
other
ahead.
the other biggest competitor to Fur Affinity is just Twitter, because
Yeah.
it's so easy to find artists through there, and then you just DM them and get what you want. So
Yep. I think Twitter's a great place. I think DeviantArt is really good.
I think we should still try to continue to grow Ink Bunny, but
Agreed.
if they're not on Ink Bunny, then see if you can find their Twitter.
Yeah, Ink Bunny's the site that I endorse. It's the one that I hang out in. I think at any given time, it's got somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 active viewers within the latest hour.
It's
That's
a
really
good
A lot of
site.
traffic on there.
The one thing I wonder is there anything you can do to say that, look, if there are diapers involved, just I don't want to see it. Okay, that would narrow things down so much. It would make
You can
searches
block
so
tags.
easy.
You can block tags. And going off of that for real quick, for anybody who's been banned from FA, who's alt furry or does political art or whatever, if you're going over to Ink Bunny, for the love of God, do not start shit about the cub art or whatever's on there.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Please do
yeah.
not.
That's an
They-
important.
Just blacklist
They did
and
not-
move on.
They did not welcome us with open arms. They begrudgingly let us in because that's why they were kicked off, because they were kicked off of FA the same way. So they are tolerating us there. They are not welcoming us there. Tag your art appropriately if it's going to be political or have Nazis in it. Do not bother the cub artists because they tag their stuff properly. And just do not start a shitstorm because you might get us kicked off. We do not want to cause them trouble for being nice to us.
Yeah, that's
The host.
Go ahead, Lego.
Oh, I was just gonna say the host allows you to his home. Don't start shit. Just take the offer.
Correct. And we won't say the host's name because
He's a good boy.
I want to give him his privacy. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't really think we caused much of a stink on Fur Affinity. At the end of the day, I think the social justice warriors freaked out and went totally hysterical. And, you know, that is funny. And I had a great laugh. And I did enjoy poking fun at them a little bit. But that's not why we're coming to Ink Bunny. Like on Ink Bunny, I'm not coming here to troll people. I'm not coming here to make a statement. I'm simply coming here to share my art and network with people quietly and peacefully. And I absolutely urge everybody else on this platform and in this community to please do the same, or I will be very angry.
It's funny you should say that. I literally was just setting an Ink Buddy account up as you were talking about it, and I've never seen this before.
Nice.
It's
Well-
a
Not bad.
It's a good
Timing.
website. It also allows a lot of stuff that Fur Affinity doesn't,
Yes.
because that's why it was founded. It was founded when the Cub stuff
Yeah.
got kicked off of FA.
Right.
So they're sympathetic to us in some way, but they're not super happy about us coming over.
No, I don't think they are, but we are going to show that we are good guests, and we're going to show that we're responsible community members. It was the Cub shit that got Ink Bunny off the ground. You know, everybody who knows me knows that I'm not a big fan of Cub art, but at the same time, you know, if I don't like it, it's on me to block that crap.
And there is a block tag feature which you can use on Ink Bunny, and I encourage you to do it if it bothers you.
Yep, I already do. So,
Well, that was just to anybody listening who's on Ink Bunny.
right. I want to share one thing that I mentioned in the drama call, and let me see if I can pull that up here. There we go. This is the traffic. This is some traffic statistics for furaffinity.net. As you can see, its traffic has been growing substantially, as have most other furry websites over the last 12 to 18 months. The furry fandom is getting bigger.
That's amazing. What happened around 2015? I mean, it's kind of flat. It grows a little bit, but then all of a sudden it just goes crazy.
The furry fandom, I think the furry fandom started getting a lot bigger. I mean,
Wow.
the first subculture is a growing little subculture, man. I mean, it's not some tiny thing.
I joined back in 2011.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can look on there and see the date of Zootopia and see if it spiked during that time.
Quite possibly.
It
But
probably did.
Although for Affinity's raw traffic is growing, the engagement is going down. And so let me just share a few things. Page views per visit in the beginning of 2017 were 13.3. Right now they are 10.58. So that means a person who visits for Affinity only views 10.58 views now per session as opposed to 13. Okay, that's a big drop for about 17 months, 18 months time. Session duration. Back in the beginning of 2017, the average visitor spent 495 seconds on For Affinity. Now the average visitor spends only 429. Right? So the session, you see a very clear line down. And also, last thing, the bounce rate. It was 24.9% at the beginning of 2017. It's now 27.3%. And the bounce rate means if somebody bounces, that means they just look at the one page and then leave. So that bounce rate keeps growing. What it shows is that the engagement rate for Affinity is falling. People are spending less time there. They're viewing less pictures. And they're bouncing more often.
Can you go back to that real quick?
I can. Hold on. Let's see.
There's just something funny I want to... Okay, go all the way back up, please.
Oh, crud. I'm sorry about that. Okay.
It's fine. Just up to the main... Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Locate March 4th,
March
2016.
4, 2016? Okay, hold on. I got March 15th is the March. I got February 29th, and then I have
that
March
is
15th.
Utopia's release date.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Hey, we were right.
Jesus.
You got it.
Did
Yeah,
go,
of course.
Good call.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's what I really want to say is that I've been on for Affinity since I think 2008 or 2009, and all of my really old stuff had way more views and stuff than and way more comments than any of my newer stuff.
Yes.
Like almost all of my new stuff, 0 comments whatsoever.
Right. And I think that's reflected in the lower engagement, in the lower session duration, and the fewer page views.
I get more attention on shitposts I put on Twitter with 0 effort than most people get on art they put on Fur Affinity now.
Yeah. So, I don't know, just some food for thought. I don't think Fur Affinity is anywhere near as important as it used to be. And I think that trend is only going to exacerbate going forward. That's what I think.
I mean, last-ditch effort is Twitter, because they fucking make entire news segments out of tweets that the president has made. Twitter is the most powerful website there is right now.
It is. Yep. There's no doubt about that.
It's sad, but it's true. So if you're a starving artist, Twitter.
Actually, Instagram is really, really good. You just have to really spam the hashtags, but
No
usually...
lewds allowed on Instagram.
Really?
No lewds. No, not.
Oh yeah, I don't draw porn, so that would explain it.
Oh boy.
I think I've drawn like maybe 3, 4, but that's it since 2009.
Yeah. So if you're drawing, say, for work stuff, Instagram's probably pretty good too.
Yeah, it probably is. So, another piece of news that I want to talk about regarding our community is some crap that Dragoneer claimed that we were doxing him. Some fellow put up Dragoneer's address and stuff on our Telegram. We deleted it as soon as we found it. There was a little piece that was left out there for an hour or two, but as soon as I was aware of it, I got rid of it.
To clarify, it was posted multiple times by the same user, and one of the pieces went hidden for a couple hours, 2 hours at most.
Right.
And then as soon as we were notified of it, we took it down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just sad. But hey, you know what? My response always is, hey, it did take us a while to find those multiple posts, but guess what? I've had my docs up on Fur Affinity, and it was I submitted a trouble ticket, and it took a whole hell of a lot longer. So
Do you remember the exact amount of time it took?
Like at least a day. At least a day, maybe more. Dog Patch comes on with all these sock puppets. I'm convinced, and we'll put people's docs up on Fur Affinity.
He does have a history of bragging about doxing people. Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
It's really funny because one of the only reason why I'm in Xanadu is because somebody specifically went to my Fur Affinity and started harassing me. And I'm pretty certain it was Dog Patch, because when I said it was Dog Patch, they just wouldn't respond to that post.
okay. Well, could you tell us more about that? I mean, if you don't mind, what was this person saying?
They basically, I had made a journal stating that it was a personal issue with one of my friends, and they took that as to mean that I was a Nazi because I had a disagreement with a friend. And I was like, what even is this? What is happening? What is going on? What is any of this? And then I went onto Zelox's page, and he was dealing with the same one.
Yeah.
And then I got into that argument with him and Zelox and you, and then that led me here.
Is that how you found us?
Yes, that's exactly how I found you.
Cool. Well, thank you again, Dog Patch. You're our best recruiter. Your insanity, your off-the-wall insanity brings more and more new people to our cause every day. So, Patrick, keep it up.
I also want to thank Caster, because that's how I found Lemire, and that's how I joined. Because it was right when
Caster brought you here.
Well, first it was Raiders, because that's when I first learned about them.
Okay.
And then I met Lemire through that, and then I saw the Caster thing, so that's when I really started to talk to Lemire and learned who he was.
So how did you feel about all the stuff that Caster says? Because Caster, for the audience, Caster is a doxer. Caster threatens several of our people. He's doxed several of our people.
It goes beyond that. This is the kind of person who will date you for months just to find out information about you, pretend they love you and all this other stuff, and then dox you.
Right. Yep. That is his MO. Anyway, there's no need to dwell on Caster, but how did that bring you to Bluefoxx? Like, did you get into a fight with Caster? What happened?
It's really hard to remember.
Okay.
It was like almost 8 months ago now.
Oh boy.
I don't know. It started with just hearing about the arm patches for the Raiders and me just being like, "That's stupid. Why do you care?" And then somehow Caster got involved, and then I started talking with more people. The first person I found by far was QQ. Oh,
okay. Okay, cool.
It's really funny. I think, actually, now that I'm thinking back on it, and this really amused me, I favorited one of Len's pictures like years ago. And I wonder if Dog Patch went through almost all of my favorites just to find that, because that's the only thing I could really think about.
Did he find it? Did he call you out, or?
The thing was I unfavored it, then I favored it again, so that it was right on my front page. And then I went through and I searched Nazi bondage porn, and then I just filled my entire favorites with Nazi bondage porn.
Oh boy.
Well then.
I'm surprised they haven't banned me for having a picture of myself with an airsoft MP44, because, oh, by God, that's a Nazi weapon.
I don't think they're that smart.
Probably not. It's an assault rifle.
Yeah. I don't think they're that sharp. So, just a couple of other things, really. I mean, that was kind of the news, and then of course there was the other incident staying on the topic of Dragoneer, there was another incident where some unknown guy that nobody knows posted
Anon Griffin was his name.
yeah, like Anon Griffin or some crap showed up and posted like passwords to get into Fur Affinity or something.
Posted a single password, said it was Dragoneers, and it works on every single one of his accounts.
Oh god. And Dragoneer, like I think within 15 minutes, knew about that.
Well,
I was tweeting about it. You know, that whole thing.
Actually, no. In that case, he didn't. He was asleep because I DM'd him to tell him, hey, looks like this has been compromised. Some idiot dropped this, and I gave him a screenshot. And you could see very obviously the guy drops it, and everyone's enraged. They're messaging the admin. It's like, what the.
Yeah, everybody was completely.
Yeah, so it was. But he didn't say anything or respond in any way until well into next morning. I mean, it was gone by the time he was asleep. I have no doubt. This was like this happened at 4 in the morning on Monday.
3 in the morning on Sunday for me.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
if anybody wants the exact details, what had happened was at 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Everybody's asleep. It's just me and Talon because I'm an autistic fuck who can't get sleep, and Talon lives in Africa. So we're awake, and then we just start seeing messages about passwords being posted in the Puka state, which is QQs, and we have.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we have bridges to the QQ, so it was posted on our side too, but this was technically posted on QQ's side, and it just got copied fucking everywhere because we have like multiple bridges to and from there. Right. So the background details is there was a 4chan-ish furry name, Anon Griffin, that posted. The user made 8 lifetime posts within the server ever, disappeared. Everybody around him was confused as all hell. Nobody knew what the hell would happen. We got it taken down as fast as possible. Multiple people texted Dragoneer trying to let him know his passwords were compromised. And this was just everything about this was 100% a plan because he has not been back since. Nobody still knows who it was.
Yeah.
8 lifetime posts at 4 in the morning.
It's definitely one of his goons.
4 in the morning when all the admins would have been asleep.
Yeah, no, I don't know who did it, but it's obviously a setup. So I'm not sure if Dragoneer had something to do with that. Maybe he did. I don't know. So, you know, the whole thing just stinks. We don't dox people. We don't spread people's passwords around. That's not our thing. If you, for some reason, are listening to this and believe that line of crap, we don't do that kind of thing, and we never will.
It's one of our few rules. Don't dox.
That's right. Yeah. No, none of that nonsense. So, what else is there to talk about? Yeah. So, like, I know there's been the 2 Griffin video, and there's been the FA shutdown, which has brought more people over. There's been the Dream Keepers. They made a real big article on Dogpatch, and Dogpatch lost his shit. We've gone from like 170 people, 175 or so people to 240 within just a couple of weeks because of all this newfound publicity that we have. So our community's gotten quite a bit bigger, and that's a blessing, and I hope it continues to grow. A lot of folks may have seen some of the screen caps from way back when, like a year ago or over a year ago, when people were spurging out on our Discord server and whatnot. We're not really like that anymore. I don't think anybody who comes to our servers anymore really. A lot of those really spurgy people have since moved on. And so, like, it's my goal and it's Bluemir's goal, and this was actually Bluemir's idea. It was to kind of try to make us more of like a chill place to hang out as opposed to a place of spurgy activism, which I admit I've been a spurg on the internet one too many times. I'll never deny that, but like I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I know some of you've been here since. I know Fox has been here for a very long time, but it's been our goal to draw down the drama. I don't know how we've done. I like to think we've done pretty well.
I think it's really about like community building instead of just people coming there to spurg out. Like people are actually coming here to hang out and chill and make friends. And it was interesting because I came in right after the Discord went down, and it was very different earlier on than what it's become now. And I think it was just really good because we did have a bunch of new people come in they were like, okay, I got banned, ostracized, kicked out, blah blah blah, of all these different things, and I'm really frustrated with that. And I think that was a big thing to kind of bring people together.
Yeah. Well, there's always people getting kicked out and ostracized in this fandom. I mean, that's just the reality, the sad reality of how things are today. And so I don't want to call that a blessing, but we've been given a lot of second chances by fate.
I think the mere existence of the group itself is kind of a blessing.
Very much.
I agree.
In a sense, yeah.
And I think having a general and a political Telegram separate rooms is worked out very well.
Yeah, it has. It really has. And there's a lot of people, and I've come to learn this. There's a lot of people that can only take so much political talk, and it stresses them out, right? So they move on, they leave, they don't want to be here. And I've come to understand that, and more importantly, I guess I've come to respect that. And there is a such thing as learning from one's mistakes. This community started back in March of 2017. We've made a lot of mistakes since then, but we've also come a long way. And I think the leadership of this community, starting with myself, have learned from some of those mistakes. And I just consider myself very, again, I mean, it's not a blessing that people are getting ostracized. It's not a good thing.
No,
and I wish it wouldn't happen. But it also keeps bringing people over here to give us a chance.
Yeah.
And we've blown it a couple of times, but I really think that we've kind of got we're kind of where we need to be right now, as far as building a community. So I'm pretty happy with it, man. I really am.
I am too. Because when I look outside of our group, the new hobby of the fandom is just witch hunting. You see porn artists who have been drawing for years and years doing nothing different, and then you just get all these little cretins coming out of the woodwork saying, you're a pedophile, you drew this underage character once.
Yeah.
When you use underage models for model photos, I mean, just artists' clothed model photos to get the proportions right for a younger anthro character, and that means you're a pedophile. That is insane.
Not even that. Like take the show Gumball, for example. You draw like him just like older or whatever, just at all, doing whatever, just sex, and then bam, you're suddenly a pedophile. And it's just
you looked at the kid wrong. You're a pedophile.
Yeah, and it's every day on Twitter. Like even all the popufers and stuff are getting all this. There was somebody who impersonated Leo Seta. I'm not sure how to say his name. The famous furry artist who drew Jasper and Brian and made him popular because he wasn't really popular before, like the character. And then you got some little shitbag on Telegram using his name and icon talking about fucking boys and the fucking children and pretending to be him, trying to get him in trouble and shit. Like, people are going out of their way to just harass people they don't like now, and witch hunting is just the new popular sport in the furry fandom and just everywhere, I guess.
Because it's been rewarded. I mean, look, these people have gone on a witch hunt with us, and what does Fur Affinity do? Fur Affinity gives them everything they want. right? And that's just one example of dozens and dozens of dozens.
It's
When these witch hunts start, the liberal gatekeepers in this fandom, all they know how to do is frickin' roll over.
it's really interesting because I've been facing this sort of problem on and off since about 2013, and I think it was 2014 or something that I was actually blackmailed, like blackmailed in real life, to try to take down an admin on Weasel because somebody saw one of their pictures looked underage, and it was a very organized, concerted effort between individuals to actually place one of those individuals in a position of power on there. So it's been going on for a long time, especially with placing people in positions of power to try to take others down in these witch hunts.
Yeah, well, they certainly did so with a certain for Affinity Mod who was almost driven to suicide. I won't mention that person's name.
Oh, please don't let it be the one I'm thinking of.
It is the one you're thinking of, but you know, they don't care. You know, people like Dogpatch and Dio don't give a shit.
No, they don't. No, like it's really, really sad. But these people, they do this in real life too. This isn't just an internet thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they might not give a shit, but the reality of it is what they've done is committed a crime, and that's going to be their own undoing. Is they've gone on, committed a crime, and someone has literally, done something, or even in the most horrible case, killed themselves, and they're going to have to pay for that.
I hope so. Because as I was telling V earlier today, Dogpatch and Dio are directly responsible for James Dodson killing himself, in my opinion. And I think the family of James Dodson should probably sue both of those people. They're not hard to find. Neither one of those two are hard to find.
I don't see how jail time is unwarranted there either.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think at the very least there's a civil suit there. At the very least, so that's just my opinion. I'm not a party in it, but that is what I believe, and that is what I hope gets done.
I was actually part of that. That's also one of the reasons why I actually started looking into alt-free, is that I had someone approach me at a meet and just completely spurg out on a bunch of these topics, and I had no idea what it was. They ended up started fighting with somebody at the meet, and then they got kicked out. And I learned later on that person was in alt-furry, and I've since made a new friend. But I was so confused as I had no idea what was going on. And then I started sort of looking into it, and then I just didn't do anything. It was probably in December or January, and then I completely forgot about it until the person started harassing me on my for Affinity, which I just remembered that just now when you mentioned that.
Wow. That sounds like a pretty volatile place.
They've started kicking out all the people that caused issue, which has made the meet so much nicer here.
That's great. That's what fur meets everywhere need to start doing.
And that's what we do here at Xanadu, for anybody who doesn't know, is
Yeah.
You're fine with us as long as you follow our rules and you don't just start trouble.
Yeah, we do boot out our troublemakers, that's for damn sure.
It's not like it's a lot of very hard rules to follow. It's not that hard.
Yeah, as long as you're not constantly causing trouble, we don't block any ideology or anything. Just come in, behave yourself. You can argue politics all day. Just don't dox people. Just also be prepared for banter, because that's a common thing.
Just don't be a dick in general.
Yeah.
Yep, that's for sure. I mean, there's people running around spreading bullshit that like we're some secret alt-right group, or that like certain persuasions here aren't, and when I say persuasion, I mean like certain beliefs aren't welcome here, which is, as long as you're not a social justice warrior here, you're fine.
Isn't one of them called us a satanic cult?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said... Oh, Ellie goes first.
Sorry. Let me clarify something. By SJW, you don't mean somebody of the left-wing opinion. You mean somebody of a moral fag who dogmatically attacks you for having the wrong opinions and places those opinions in the place of morals.
A social justice warrior is really defined by a kind of ideological practice, and I mean, by definition, someone like that is going to try to either take over your group or kick people out, start drama, or.
I prefer a different term because that term very much just gives the idea of left wing, when it's really more of somebody who just places their opinions as their morals, and if you have the wrong one, you're a bad person and you must be punished.
Mm-hmm.
I've been following these people since Atheism Plus, so I've seen very well how they work.
Oh, Atheism Plus.
Atheism
That was a dark time.
And they go back even further, all the way back to March on Wall Street, and I couldn't find them beyond that, but I'm sure they've been around.
Oh yeah, the progressive stack. Remember that?
Yeah, oh boy.
But you can
Anyways.
see how useful they are, though, because any kind of coherent, I mean, more populist or left-wing critique of Wall Street or mass capitalism is going to just easily. All you have to do is dump a few of these people in there, and they'll start shrieking at because the leader is there aren't enough like disabled trans black women, and pretty soon everything will fall apart. I mean, they're just perfect agents of the establishment.
They are, and part of that is because these leftist populists don't know how to stand up. You know, when they hear the R word and people start shouting racism, these people they head for the hills. They duck and cover.
If you want to see an old school example of what they were like back in March on Wall Street, which was I think back in 2011-ish.
It goes back further too. I was there at Occupy. Wait, no, that is Occupy. My bad.
Yeah. But look up the Colbert interview with Occupy marchers, and it's just the most ridiculous autistic thing I've ever seen. Like they use these special hand signs to not be offensive, so that they can interrupt without being offensive.
I was actually at Occupy, and I'll just tell you that I fucking swear to God, like at least 80% of the people there were just there to party, eat the food that came in, just sort of like hang around, and then just like homeless people that just wanted to sleep around there. So.
I mean, you're talking about Occupy. I'm sure another event you'll remember is Charlottesville. I don't live far from there, and a lot of the reality is a lot of people were watching, and there were crazy, black supremacists and crazy white supremacists, and I was there actually, handing out water and helping out the police, and I guess I would be a Nazi for that, and I would be so evil for, doing my best to make sure the people who are just trying to keep the peace, stay all right.
Well, they didn't keep the peace at all. That was
no.
They were there called to not do anything. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Police chiefs was like, don't do anything, don't stop anything. You just sit there, and that's what escalates to the problems.
They called all of the state police over there. I remember seeing for weeks there were state police going over there, and sadly they let them do nothing because they didn't want it to be on the news again that, here are police hurting people and doing this. No, they weren't allowed to do anything. And
well, they didn't do the minimum of keeping the group separate. I mean, I think what's clear that they did was that they set up. They wanted a conflict. They wanted a full blown melee in which I guess they thought they could spin in the way they wanted.
I don't know. It got rough there. It was I didn't quite see all of what happened when conflict did break out, but it was pretty insane.
Basically, if you wanted to get out of there, you had to walk through a gauntlet of Antifa throwing like frozen Coke bottles at you and stuff like that. It was really, really bad, and I've heard multiple accounts, and they've all agreed on that point.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, it has been an hour, and so I don't want to torture our audience anymore. I think now would be a pretty good time to wrap things up. I want to keep this to 60 minutes if possible. So, Gentlemen, and Fox OTCW, thank you for joining us. I know you came a little bit late.
I'm very glad to be here.
Yep, we're glad to have you here. I know you've been with us since forever. I know that. So,
I mean, I'm glad to be here now. I've had to deal with the being ostracized and all kinds of nonsense for years, and I always wanted there to be a group like this and never knew it existed. And I am so thankful that Tude put out that video. I'm like, oh shit, that exists.
It does exist.
It was quite the blessing.
It does exist, and thank you. So yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be doing a lot more stuff in the future now that we've gotten so many new people. You can expect to see a lot more art going forward. You can expect to see a lot more supercharged tweets, and we will be, God willing, we will be having meetups at conventions too.
So, and we have a website going up. It's being worked on as we speak.
Yep.
Work in progress.
Work in progress. We got a nice big website coming up too. So, folks out there, folks out there who wanted us to go away, we're back. And I'm afraid you're going to be seeing a lot more of us going forward.
I'm looking forward to seeing this website. That sounds great.
It will be. It will be. Bloomier is working on it. So.
Oh, he's good.
He sure is. He sure is. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and listeners, thank you for tuning in. And with any luck, we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.